The Snow White teaser trailer became the most disliked Disney video on YouTube within days of release, revealing just the surface of a production plagued by behind-the-scenes chaos and creative conflict. Welcome to Movies Unbound. In today's video, we're taking you inside the bitter creative battles between director Marc Webb and Disney executives, exploring the technical challenges that forced a complete overhaul of the Seven Dwarfs visual effects and uncovering why the March 2025 release date comes after nearly 3 years of production headaches. You'll discover what this troubled journey means for the final film. Let's jump in. The Burning Kingdom, production chaos and physical challenges. Fairy tales are supposed to end with happily ever after, but for Disney's Snow White remake, the production itself was more like a Grimm brothers nightmare. When filming began in March 2022, no one could have predicted that an actual fire would burn down the kingdom they'd built. On March 15, 2022, chaos erupted at Pinewood Studios in England. What started as a single tree catching fire quickly spread into a massive blaze that tore through key parts of the elaborate Snow White set. The castle, the centerpiece of the entire production, was reduced to charred ruins. While Disney was quick to point out that no filming was happening when the fire broke out, the damage was done. The entire production came to a sudden smoking halt. The crew faced the daunting task of rebuilding everything from scratch. This wasn't just a minor setback. It threw the entire filming schedule into disarray. As if a fire wasn't enough trouble, just 12 days later, the production faced another challenge. Lead actress Rachel Zegler needed to attend the Academy Awards on March 27th. This wasn't something that could be easily worked around. The filming schedule had to be completely rearranged to let her travel to Los Angeles for the event. With sets already being rebuilt after the fire, this timing couldn't have been worse. The production team had been working with an already tight schedule due to ongoing COVID-19 protocols. In 2022, these rules still limited how many people could be on set at once. This made filming crowd scenes particularly tricky and slowed down the already complex set construction process. Behind the scenes, another kind of fire was burning, a clash of creative visions. Director Marc Webb wanted to create a grounded fantasy world that felt real despite its magical elements. Disney executives, however, had different ideas about how the film should look. This led to multiple redesigns of sets that had already been built or were in progress, adding more delays and costs to the troubled production. One of the most ambitious aspects of the film was its castle design. The team drew inspiration from the real-world Alcazar of Segovia in Spain, a stunning medieval fortress perched on a rocky outcrop. Translating this historical architecture into a fantasy setting wasn't simple. Engineers had to solve complex problems to make the castle both visually striking and functional for filming. What's truly shocking about Snow White's troubled journey is that even after principal photography wrapped, the production was far from over. In June 2024, nearly 2 full years after the main filming had supposedly finished, the cast and crew reassembled for additional filming and reshoots. While Disney didn't share exactly what scenes needed fixing, sources indicate these reshoots were vital to fix story problems that emerged during editing. The ripple effects of these combined challenges were massive. What was meant to be a smooth production of Disney's remake of its first animated feature turned into a drawn-out saga of setbacks and solutions. The original release date had to be pushed back a full year, a decision that Disney officially announced in October 2023. Seven Digital Dwarfs, the VFX identity crisis. October 2023 wasn't just when Disney announced the film's delay. It was also when they revealed a complete shift in their approach to the Seven Dwarfs. What started with one actor's criticism ended with a $40 million character redesign. In January 2022, actor Peter Dinklage publicly spoke out against Snow White. He called it a effing backwards story about 7 dwarfs living in a cave together. His words hit Disney hard. The company quickly promised to take a different approach with these characters. They said they would talk with members of the dwarfism community during the film's making. But what would this new approach look like? For months, no one knew. Then in July 2023, leaked footage showed something surprising. The production had cast one actor with dwarfism alongside 6 non-dwarf actors of various backgrounds. At first, Disney denied this was their plan. Later, they admitted these actors were indeed part of the production. This casting choice sparked anger from actors with dwarfism. Jason "Wee Man" Acuna didn't hold back his thoughts. "You're replacing jobs that people could have as little people," he said. "It's for dwarfs. Why are you hiring Snow White and the 7 average people?" The backlash grew louder. Then, in October 2023, Disney made a stunning move. They released a first-look image showing the Seven Dwarfs would be fully CGI. These digital characters would look like the ones from the 1937 cartoon. This was a complete reversal of their apparent earlier casting approach. Creating these digital dwarfs became one of the film's biggest challenges. 2 top visual effects companies, Moving Picture Company and Framestore, took on the task. They faced a tricky problem: how to make the dwarfs look real without falling into the uncanny valley, that creepy feeling when digital humans aren't quite right. The solution was complex. The team used motion capture with a mix of actors. Martin Klebe played Grumpy, while Jeremy Swift took on Doc. But making this work required new tech tricks. The VFX team had to solve scale problems, making sure the dwarfs looked the right size next to other characters. The faces were especially hard to get right. The team used advanced facial animation technology to capture every small expression from the voice actors. At the same time, they had to keep the iconic looks of the original dwarfs. Each character needed to be instantly recognizable while still seeming like a real person. This technical juggling act didn't come cheap. The work on the dwarf characters alone cost between $30 to $40 million. That's enough to make an entire mid-budget movie. Disney was betting big that audiences would accept these digital versions of their classic characters. While the digital dwarfs battle cost Disney a fortune, an even bigger storm was brewing among the film's human elements. Behind the spectacle of technical wizardry, the creative team faced a public relations nightmare that would make the VFX challenges seem simple by comparison. Royal rebellion, creative team conflicts, and PR disasters. Director Marc Webb's vision for modernizing Snow White required a complex web of creative talent. The screenplay started with Aaron Cressida Wilson, but underwent numerous revisions. The writing team expanded to include uncredited contributions from Greta Gerwig and 5 other writers. Despite her significant input, Gerwig ultimately received only an additional literary material credit rather than full screenplay recognition. Then came the comments that shook the production's foundation. In a 2022 interview, Rachel Zegler openly criticized the 1937 classic she was meant to be honoring.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
Zegler didn't stop there, embracing the controversial aspects of the remake. People are making these jokes about ours being the PC Snow White, where it's like, yeah, it is, because it needed that. The backlash was swift and fierce. Fans questioned whether she truly appreciated the role she had taken on. Zegler attempted to smooth things over, saying, "What an honor to be part of something that people feel so passionate about. We're not always going to have the same feelings as everyone around us." Producer Mark Platt found himself in the difficult position of managing this public relations crisis while staying true to the film's modern approach. One major change was replacing the traditional prince with a new character named Jonathan, described as a rebel fighting against the evil queen's monarchy. Even the costume design sparked controversy. The film takes significant departures from both the animated classic and traditional fairy tale looks. Zegler revealed that in this version, the character is named Snow White after surviving a snowstorm, adding yet another change to the beloved story. As these issues mounted, Disney's marketing strategy shifted dramatically. In an unprecedented move for a big-budget release, the studio decided to begin ticket pre-sales just 11 days before the film's opening. This unusual tactic signaled growing concern about the film's reception among audiences. The March 2025 premiere plans revealed just how worried Disney has become. The studio has opted to limit traditional press access, allowing only select photographers and in-house crew to attend events. This strategy aims to avoid uncomfortable questions about the star's political differences and the controversies surrounding the production. With the film's March 21st release, Disney executives are watching nervously as box office predictions tell a concerning story. Initially projected to earn $63 to $70 million on opening weekend, current estimates have dropped to $48 to $58 million, a direct result of the film's numerous controversies. Industry insiders suggest this troubled production may become a turning point for Disney's live-action remake strategy. The financial uncertainty surrounding Snow White's $270 million investment has sparked serious conversations within the studio about future projects. Rival executives believe the casting controversies and Rachel Zegler's public statements will force Disney to reconsider how they select lead actors for these high-stakes remakes. As audiences finally judge the final product, the true impact of Snow White may extend far beyond its box office numbers, potentially reshaping Disney's approach to its classic properties in today's divided entertainment landscape. What are your thoughts on Disney's Snow White remake? Let us know in the comments. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. See you next time!